This is Chapter 13, The Shadow Council, from a story called the Immortals Society, written by Anonymous. The council had convened in the hidden chamber beneath the Society's New York headquarters. Silver light glinted off polished floors, and the air smelled faintly of ozone and old wood, a scent Jack would have recognized from his youth. The chairwoman stood at the center, her arms crossed, eyes fixed on the map projected in the air before them. "Jack Rowan has made a move," she said quietly, "and he's already shown ingenuity." A murmur went through the chamber. The council members, immortals, hundreds, even thousands of years old, exchanged cold, measured glances. "He's a dangerous mortal," another said, "not because of his strength, but because of his understanding. He knows our ways." The chairwoman nodded, which means the response must be precise, swift, and invisible. Jack had always known that the Society was patient and cunning, but watching them plan from afar, through the files that Elias had stolen, gave a chilling perspective. The Shadow Council was methodical, brilliant, and unrelenting. "They're sending more than trackers this time," Elias said, as he pored over the newly acquired intelligence. "These aren't ordinary agents. These are operatives trained to eliminate targets. They're bringing tools, ones that I haven't seen before." Charlie looked up from the map spread across the cave floor. "Tools? What kind of tools?" Elias's face darkened. "Surveillance drones that can track heartbeats, automated hunters that move silently through forests, and mortals turned unwillingly into operatives through experimental augmentation. They'll find a way to corner you if we make a mistake." Jack's jaw tightened. "Then we don't make mistakes. We anticipate, adapt, and survive. That's the only way." The day after the council's decision, the lake seemed quieter than ever, but Jack noticed subtle signs: footprints in the mud near the supplies, faint glimmers along the tree line, a strange pattern of broken branches. "They're close," Jack murmured. "They know we're here." Charlie's eyes widened. "How can we stay ahead of them? They're everywhere." Jack studied the forest, taking a deep breath. "We disappear, and when they think we've vanished, we strike again. But this time, we use the element of surprise. We make them think we're running, and instead, we control the hunt." Elias nodded. "Exactly. That's the only way to survive against the Shadow Council." That night, Jack, Charlie, and Elias devised a daring maneuver. Using the files they had stolen, they created a network of false trails, abandoned supplies, and hidden signals designed to mislead the Council's operatives. They would lead the operatives into the mountains, away from the lake, into a series of natural traps, hidden ravines, and dense forests that could slow even an immortal. Elias spread out a series of encrypted notes, marking each false trail. "They'll follow these blindly," he said, "and will have the advantage of knowing every move they make." Charlie studied the map. "And if they figure it out?" Jack met her gaze. "Then we adapt again, and again. Mortals survive because we think, improvise, and feel fear. They don't expect that from us." Charlie smiled faintly. "Then let's show them what fear looks like." The following morning, as mist curled between the trees, Jack led Charlie and Elias through the first phase of their plan. They moved silently, leaving false trails, hiding supplies, and creating the illusion of a larger group of mortals. Hours later, distant figures appeared, the Shadow Council's operatives. Jack watched them through binoculars, precise, silent, and deadly. But every trap, every misdirection worked. Branches snapped in the wrong places, supplies were found where they shouldn't have been. The operatives grew frustrated, their movements more aggressive, more predictable. Jack whispered, "Now we make our move." With careful timing, they struck a minor ambush, not to kill, but to disable and confuse. Smoke from a small controlled fire, a cascade of rocks, and the operatives were momentarily thrown into disarray. Charlie gasped, exhilarated and terrified. It worked! Jack grinned. "For now, but the Shadow Council will regroup, and when they do, we have to be ready." That night, a single black feather floated down from the sky, landing on the campfire. Jack picked it up. Attached was a note, written in flawless calligraphy. "Clever mortals, but cleverness has limits. We are patient. We will not fail. The Council." Charlie shivered. "They know we fought back." Jack nodded, holding her hand. "Yes, and they'll come again. Harder, faster, smarter. But now we know we can fight and survive. Elias placed a hand on Jack's shoulder. This is only the beginning. The Shadow Council will escalate, but we've shown them that mortals can act, and act with cunning. Jack looked out over the lake, moonlight rippling over the water. He understood that mortal life, fragile, fleeting, and unpredictable, was both terrifying and beautiful. And he would fight for it, for Charlie, and for their future, no matter the cost. That was Chapter 13, The Shadow Council, from a story called The Immortals Society, written by Anonymous. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you again next time.